Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Fodé, your coach. You can call me your coach, Coach Fodé, and I'm the founder of the Algo Traders Club. So today, I wanted to just talk to you about this community I'm trying to build for algorithmic traders, and specifically algorithmic traders on Solana. I believe today, with the advent of AI and LLMs, a lot of jobs are being automated. A lot of jobs are disappearing and being taken away. And I believe that it's only going to get worse, right? All you have to do is pretty much listen to the makers and the founders of these LLM tools, like Mark Zuckerberg and the founder of Anthropic, and look at all the tools from GPT to Grok to Claude AI, to all these LLMs coming up, and you understand that the writing was on the wall. If your job is just strictly to write code, that job is going to be pretty much automated away. All right. So what do we do from there? The idea is that it's not necessarily the AI actually taking your job, it's the person who knows the AI that's taking your job. Because that person is for sure much more skilled than you, because if all you know is pretty much like how to simply write code, then you understand that you are at a disadvantage today. All right? So I've been thinking about this a lot. I said, okay, well, what can we do with the skills that we have today, especially if we already know how to code? And I believe that actually the idea is that we should transfer those skills to Web3 or crypto, and let me explain why. The idea is that a lot of people still trade by hand, right? You still trade by hand. A lot of people still trade perpetuals, futures with leverage, spot sometimes or whatnot, right? You're trading on big platforms like Jupiter or Drift on Solana specifically, you know? And we all understand that a lot of these people basically lose money, and a few basically make money, but they make it look so good that the ones who lose money wants to jump in there and copy trade or do like those other people winning trades. But we don't know why those people are winning trades, and I feel like they are pretty much outliers. The idea is that trading is very hard because for us humans, I think because emotions, that's what actually puts us at a disadvantage if you want to trade manually, right? Entering positions, exiting positions, position sizing or whatnot, right? And it's very, very difficult, right? And we understand it's more like really a casino or lottery, right? It's very, very hard for the average person to get in there and successfully have trades and inputting the trades manually. And I believe that the future is to pretty much automate these trades, writing trading bots or trading agents, which can help us automate the trades. And we can talk at length in the future, what is the difference between a trading bot and a trading agent. Agents are very popular these days because they are supposedly smarter than bots, and they are pretty much LLMs which have access to tools, right? And an agent is just an LLM which has access to tools. So if really the big advantage of like AI is automation or automating tasks or whatnot, right? Why wouldn't we want to automate making money? Why wouldn't we want to automate like our trading strategies? We don't want to be glued to our screens all day, babysitting trades, because we don't want to be away if an opportunity happens. I think that job is better suited for an agent. So we can be outside, spending more time with our families, touching grass, breathing air, fresh air outside, working out, traveling, seeing the world, tasting new foods, meeting new people, or whatnot, right? I don't think we were meant to be glued behind these computers like for hours and hours like at a time. And now that there's a risk that actually even those jobs are pretty much automated away, I think what we can do is to take those same exact tools and automate our trading strategies, right? Now, this is not a get rich quick scheme. This is not going to happen overnight. This is a very difficult task, but I believe that anybody can learn it. Anybody can learn it because I believe that LLMs actually also, because of vibe coding, they make things much more easier and much more accessible to anybody in the world nowadays. Code is just a tool. When we are building trading agents and trading bots, all we care about is the outcome. Is our trading agent making money or not? Is our trading agent profitable or not? That's all we care about, right? So what we want to do is like build a tool or a system where, very similar to RL or reinforcement learning, where we have an agent that trades on chain. We take that data, that actualized data from the agent, and feed it back to the agent so it can better itself or improve itself over time, right? It might sound very complicated, but really it's not. It's just part of this process that MoonDev talks about all the time, called research, backtest, implement, or RBI system, right? The idea is that the more we, and this is like traditional Wall Street as well, right? You want to take historical data, or at least I would say to start with, you want to research a strategy, anything that might work for you, right? And there are multiple and thousands of strategies, right? Take historical data, test your strategy in past data to make sure that, at least like you have a certain success rate with that historical data, but that will not guarantee you future results. Then you can implement that strategy by testing little small positions or tiny positions to actually at least get real data, which you can again feed back to your agent. And this is a constant feedback loop I'm talking about, right? So this is not a overnight thing. You have to do some research or R&D, right? Have a strategy, test it out, see if it works, improve it, have other strategies, test them out, improve them, see if they work. And it's a process that you have to go through in order to build a profitable trading agent. If it was easy, also everybody would be doing it. Everybody would be making money right now, right? But it is not that easy. And it is not that simple. So because it's not easy, it's not simple, my goal is to build a community around building trading strategies or automated trading strategies. And hence the Algo Traders Club. And you can find it today at algotradersclub.com. We are kicking off officially on May 1st, or 3 days or 72 hours from now, right? And the idea is like to build a community around building trading strategies. At the moment, we're going to focus on Solana because I believe like if you live in the US right now, Solana is the best really to try, or maybe base actually even on EVM, right? But personally, I prefer Solana. It's fast, it's cheap, there's a lot of liquidity there, a lot of meme coins, a lot of regular tokens, a lot of stable coins, USDC, USDT, or whatnot, right? So there's like plenty liquidity on Solana. So if you want to automate our trades, why not basically write this tool which basically plug in to this economical cloud, I would call it, or a crypto cloud, right? And automate our process of making money. And what I suggest basically is really to start with building a market making agent, or like a liquidity agent, right? An agent that goes and provides liquidity. So there's a minimal risk of losing money. Of course, there's always a slight risk, and one of them is impermanent loss, and we can talk at length about what actually impermanent loss means. But I believe that I have a system in place which will help you get started learning how to write automated trading agents from scratch, especially vibe coding. And I say vibe coding because nowadays it doesn't really matter anymore actually what the language we are using, actually the underlying programming language we are using. Doesn't matter if it's Python, if it's TypeScript, if it's Rust, if it's Java, if it's Elixir, if it's Clojure, if it's Lisp, it doesn't really matter. I personally code in over 20 programming languages, but none of it matters nowadays. And actually, should it really matter? The LLM is the one writing the code. The LLM is the one helping us debug the code. Obviously, you are at a much better advantage if you know at least like the basics of coding, right? But even the AI, the LLM, you can use Grok, you can use GPT, you can use Claude AI, Anthropic, and all of those tools will help you learn the basics of coding if you desire so, right? But at this point, I believe like it doesn't really matter, right? You gotta just jump in there, give it a shot, and understand basically how to write automated tools, automated trading tools using vibe coding, right? And of course, like we're going to have like some mechanisms in place to mitigate risks. Obviously, we don't want you to lose money, right? But luckily with Web3, not only actually is it permissionless, you don't have to ask permission to nobody. You can start like basically writing agents today on testnet, and then once you are satisfied, then you can move it to basically mainnet. Or personally, I don't recommend this, but personally, I just jump straight to mainnet. Especially if I write agents for Solana. It's fast, it's cheap, and I basically start with small positions, $10 minimum, then I basically increase from there. I start with a small position. If I like the results, I increase the position size. If I like the results, I increase again a little bit, right? Until I basically get to a satisfactory level, or at least like my minimal for my position sizes, then I can basically improve from there, okay? Some of this stuff actually might sound like, like a foreign language, if you are not very initiated, if I'm not initiated with the terms of like terminology or the jargon of like trading or whatnot, right? But we are going to start from scratch. We are going to start first of all by learning what is actually trading. Actually, what is actually trading? Where does it come from, right? What are the pitfalls of trading, right? From there, then we basically jump into learning tools to automate that particular trading, those like trading strategies, right? And how do we minimize our risk? How do we make it secure? Because obviously your agent has a trading wallet, has a wallet in there, and we're going to deploy it to a live environment, which actually makes the wallet a hot wallet, which means that it's accessible by anybody really who can poke at it from the internet. And we don't want to lose any funds, obviously, right? So by doing this, we are basically just actually improving our skills. Imagine this. Maybe you are in between jobs right now. Maybe you got laid off, right? Maybe you are scared. You don't know what to do next, right? But the idea is, like, if you sit still, you will definitely suffer from like skill atrophy, which means that actually your skills actually will regress because you are not doing what you love doing all the time. And you think it's in your head, but you are not actually practicing it. And it's very dangerous. Writing automated agents is amazing because, again, once, it's permissionless. You don't have to ask anybody permission to basically build on a blockchain. You can start the day, the night, if you desire so, right? You improving your skills. You are learning about AI, you are learning about cloud, and you are also learning about cybersecurity. And if you think about it, as I said earlier, the risk actually is not really AI replacing you, it's the person who knows AI replacing you. So how do you basically future-proof your skills? It's by learning the skills that are most likely going to be in demand in the future. And we know that it's going to be AI, cloud, and cybersecurity. So why not basically combine those three and use them every day to improve your skills and write automated trading agents? And specifically, write automated trading bots and agents on the Solana blockchain. Solana is amazing. If you are in the US right now, you don't have too many choices. You're either basically going to write applications for Solana or maybe Base, Coinbase's chain. I used to write trading agents on Hyperliquid when I was in Asia. But once I got back to the US, I realized that those actually tools are not accessible from the US, right? Because they are mostly derivatives and perpetual features, which are not actually legal in the US. So I don't want to burden the community with like writing, taking the risk of writing on a platform which is not legal technically. So I came back to the curriculum, I redrew it and made it from scratch. And now we are basically going to focus on Solana. Solana is taken off in the United States. I was just in Solana, San Francisco, for the accelerated Solana in the US, right? So the idea is now, how do we write these tools to make us, help us generate revenue, improve our skills, and still keep working on what we love? I love crypto, man. I've been working on crypto full time since 2015, 2016, right? Almost 10 years now, right? And I believe, like, I see everywhere, like in Senegal, in West Africa, where I'm from, I see my friends here in California, my friends in the US, my friends abroad, everybody looking for work sometimes. And we all know how to code, right? But instead of like sitting around doing lead code all day and trying to apply for these companies and stuff, right? Those jobs are gone, man. Those jobs are gone. And actually, there's a book called The Sovereign Individual. It's called The Sovereign Individual, right? It's a very popular book amongst Bitcoiners, and you really should actually read it because there's a really good chapter about the future of jobs, and that book came out in 1999, right? The idea of like really going and finding a job in a cozy salary, sitting somewhere for many years and retire and this and that, all those, that's gone. That's over, man. It's over with. It's over with, man. If you listen to Entropic CEO a couple of weeks ago, he was saying that maybe we have maybe like 12 months if you want until the LLMs start writing pretty much all the code out there, and I believe it. I've been vibe coding almost for 6 months now. I barely touch code anymore because I don't care. All I care about is the outcome. Is my agent making money? Yes or no? Is what I'm basically writing, this tool that I'm writing, or this application that I'm writing, right? What is the goal? The goal is automate my trading strategies. Okay, well, what is basically the ideal outcome? Ideal outcome basically is to generate revenue and not lose money, right? So the code is just a tool. The code doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't really matter if it's Python again, if it's any language, it can be any language, right? But the idea is like to iterate, start building today, start iterating, learn through the process, improve over time, and hopefully have something that's making you money, generating revenue online or on chain, while you are spending more time with your family and living life outside of the computer and outside of Twitter or X. So that's my goal. So I want to invite you again in a couple of days on May 1st to join us at the Algo Traders Club or algotradersclub.com. There's going to be a dedicated YouTube channel for free, but it's also going to be a community at algotradersclub.com. And I'm inviting you to come and join us, man, and help us like build this community of like real people who, I said say real people, and come join us, just the community members who want to build these tools to automate the trading processes. And my name is Fodé again. I'm your coach and the founder of Algo Traders Club, and I'm hoping to see you inside. See you soon.